Well, there's our half. So the score, the New York Giants 27, the Houston Oilers nothing.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you can maybe give this video a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below or maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, the New York Giants, this is the this is the part 4 in my little series here of going over their first round picks. Today is Wednesday, so tomorrow, quite possibly, we're going to have 2 more first round picks to go over, but that's, not for this video series anyway. But so I started in the 1960 series, but I threw in a little bonus. We started actually with the 1959 first round pick, Lee Grosscup, quarterback. The reason why I threw him in was the first video that I did was from the first round picks was from 1960 to 79. And I just threw him in there because he just had like a continuing theme. The Giants drafted him in the first round. Okay, played 3 seasons for the Giants. 4th season he played with the New York Titans, also known as the New York Jets of the AFL, and he was out of football. So he had a continuing theme. It was like the Giants from 1960 to 79. It was like the Giants, the guys either played maybe 2 seasons with the Giants and they played someplace else, or they didn't have a first round pick. Oh my God, there were so many guys played like 2, 3, 4 seasons. Tucker Frederickson was like, he played from 65 to 71. He was pretty much like the longest tenured first round pick for the Giants at in the 1965 draft. But other than that, guys playing 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years for the Giants. Their first round picks were just, for the most part, absolutely ungodly horrible. So now this is a part 4 here. I have the New York Giants, their first round selections. We're starting off in 2000. Right? Ron Dayne, the former Heisman Trophy winner, at the time he had the all-time record for rushing yards. Right, it was 7,125. So I was really pumped when they wound up picking him. It was number 11, pick number 11 overall from Wisconsin. I was very, very pumped up because he went to high school, Overbrook High School in South Jersey. Here, I live in South Jersey. Where he went to school at Overbrook is about 10 miles from here. He actually played a game against my high school, Washington Township High School. Is about a mile as the crow flies that way. The high school is about a mile away from here. And he actually played a game there. I was before he went to Wisconsin, but so I was really pumped up when we got him. South Jersey guy and all that and everything. So I was really, really excited. Now, obviously, things didn't quite turn out, as well as you were really kind of hoping. I know Fossil had a hard time. He wanted him to get his weight down. His first year, he did okay. Him and Tiki Barber, they shared time. 2000 was a very magical season because we went to the Super Bowl. We weren't predicted to really do anything, but Tiki had a good year. Ron Dayne had 770 yards, but as the time wore on, he started getting less and less carries, less and less yards. He went from 770 yards to 690 yards to 428 yards. 2003. He was like a healthy scratch a bunch of the times. Fossil, he missed the conditioning and program and like the mini camp and all that. He didn't go. The Giants also signed Dorsey Levens, so that kind of made, I don't want to say Ron Dayne expendable, but Fossil just didn't play him. So Ron Dayne requested a trade, Didn't happen. So after 2003, Fossil was fired because they had a horrible season in 2003. So in 2004, Tom Coughlin was the coach. And things didn't really work out too well with Dane and Coughlin. Dane had 179 yards in 2004. And after that, he spent 2005 with Denver, and his last 2 seasons in the NFL was with Houston, 2006, 2007. Thing I remember about 2005 with Denver, I remember Denver played in Dallas on Thanksgiving, and I remember Dane having a nice game. Dane had a 55-yard touchdown run, I believe it was, in that game. But Denver went on the road in obviously in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, and they whooped up on them Cowboys. Good game. I was really happy for Dane that day. But I mean, all in all, I mean, yeah, I can't say totally wasted pick, but I mean, for what we were kind of hoping to get out of him, it just didn't transpire. 2001, we had Will Allen. Actually, we drafted 2 Wills. We had Will Allen in the first round from Syracuse, and then we drafted Will Peterson, a cornerback, in the 3rd round. So we had 2 Wills. I'm like, oh man, we're set to go for yeah, we got it. Then we had 2 cornerbacks. So I'm like, yeah, 2 young cornerbacks. Okay, good. Really didn't turn out that way. Will Peterson was from Western Illinois, but he was a 3rd rounder. Let's see. Will Allen played 5 years with the Giants. Then he finished up. He played 5 years with Miami. I mean, nothing super spectacular. I mean, it's kind of for a 1st round pick. I mean, you're kind of hoping you would gotten a little better production, but it was what it was. I mean, he had a little lengthy career. Played 10 years. Can't complain about that. It was just with 5 years with the Giants. 2002, we had Jeremy Shockey, pick number 14, a tight end from the U. You're going to see a little theme going on here as we keep rolling along here. He played with the Giants from 2002 to 2007. He did get a Super Bowl ring with the Giants, although in the 14th game of the season, he broke his leg against the Washington Redskins. Boss had to come in and tight end position, and he played the last two games of the season. He played the rest of the playoffs and all that. So, but Jeremy Shockey, he got himself he did get himself a Super Bowl ring. Now in then after the 2007 season, the Giants he went to New Orleans. He played 3 seasons with New Orleans, and he got himself a Super Bowl. Another Super Bowl ring with New Orleans. This time he actually played on a team in the playoffs and all that. He kind of felt like he didn't deserve the ring because he was there during the regular season, but during that playoff run he wasn't there to help him. So he kind of felt a little bit of an outcast or whatever it was. But whatever. I tell you what, but Jeremy Shockey, that was a very good pick, even at number 4, tight end at number 14, but very, very good pick. He was a mismatch, good hands. Yeah, that was a good pick. Then we come to William Joseph, 2003, 1st round pick number 25 from the U. He's a defensive tackle. He played 4 years with the Giants. In 4 years he had 17 starts. Then he finished his career in 2008 and 2009 with the Raiders. When he was with Fossil, 2003. Okay, his rookie season. That was Fossil's last season as head coach. Fossil wasn't too high on him. Actually, had him inactive for a couple of games too. So I mean, it's like we got. You bring a 1st round pick in, it's like it just goes to show you how things have changed. Now you have to hit on these 1st round picks. Back then. 1st round pick, 2003. He wasn't even on the starting roster, so that was kind of a bad pick. 2004, we drafted Phillip Rivers, who then turned into, of course, Eli Manning, which wound up being a great trade for the Giants. Ernie Accorsi was going to possibly take Ben Roethlisberger. He thought. From what I've seen on YouTube and all, and this is actually Ernie Accorsi talking, he said he thought that there was a chance that he could maybe draft Phillip Rivers and trade Phillip Rivers to the Chargers and get Eli Manning. Now, there was nothing written in concrete or anything like that, but he thought he heard that. He wanted to get Eli. if you didn't hear anything or nothing, he probably would have drafted Ben Roethlisberger, and we would have had Ben Roethlisberger all this time. But he thought, he heard something, and so he took a chance. He took a gamble, drafting Phillip Rivers, and they made the trade. Of course, we not only we had to give him Phillip Rivers, but we had to give him a few picks. But one of them was our first round selection in 2005. So 2005 we didn't have a first round pick. But but it wound up working out well. It worked out well for both teams. Of course, the Giants got 2 Super Bowl victories. Phillip Rivers doesn't have any. But it worked out best for both teams. I mean, Phillip Rivers, all three of them, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, and Ben Roethlisberger were all fantastic quarterbacks, especially for their teams. So I said in 2005 we didn't have a first round pick because we traded to the Chargers, to get Eli Manning. 2006, Matthias Kiwanuka, pick number 32 out of Boston College. All right, he played his whole career with the Giants, 2006 to 2014, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Okay, good, solid player. Nothing super spectacular by any stretch of imagination, but just a good, solid player. Had 38.5 career sacks. Two-time Super Bowl champion. Very, very. That was a good pick. Good pick, number 32. I mean, good pick. 2007, we got Aaron Ross, pick number 20 out of Texas. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He was here. Got here in 2007, and he left after the 2011 season. Right, he missed some time in games with some injuries. He wasn't always a starter though either. But I mean, a very good player. I was kind of hoping he would have turned out to be a little bit better. But all in all, he's a good player. Good player. 2008, Kenny Phillips, pick number 31. We got him from the U. Now, I love Kenny Phillips. He was a great safety. I absolutely loved the pick. The problem with him was injuries just killed his career. He played from 2008 to 2012 with the Giants. Then he missed 2 full seasons due to he had some knee injuries. He had knee operations and all that. So he missed 2 full seasons. He missed 2013, 2014. He came back and he signed with the Saints. He played 3 games in the beginning of the season because somebody got hurt and they put him in his place. Played 3 games, and then another guy who was hurt came back, and then they kind of he didn't play anymore. Then they wound up releasing him like halfway through the season, I think it was, or so. So, but I mean, it's just a shame because he was a good player, very good player. I'm very happy for him because he did get 1 Super Bowl. The 2011 team, he was there. So, when he was on the field, he was a very good player. It's just unfortunately just the way it is. A lot of guys they just get hurt. Yeah, it's football. 2009, Hakeem Nicks. Speaking of guys who get hurt, right? He would pick number 29 out of North Carolina. Injuries wound up hurting his career as well. He was with the Giants from 2009 to 2013. 2014, he spent with Indianapolis. He came back to play with the Giants in 2015. He played 16 games with the Giants. He had very few receptions at all, and that was the end of his career pretty much. But I mean, he had 2010 and 2011, he had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving years. I mean, he was very, very good. I mean, yeah, just it's an absolute shame. I mean, the guys. We had Steve Smith, injuries hurt him. Hakeem Nicks, injuries hurt him. Victor Cruz, injuries hurt. It's just so many good wide receivers we actually had, and just injuries just really hindered their career. I mean, the time that we had when we had Victor Cruz and Hakeem Nicks on the field at the same time, man. And Eli Manning, younger Eli Manning throwing the ball to him. Wow, man, we were lucky, huh? All right, so that brings us to 2010, JPP. Now, you're going to start seeing a little theme kind of going on here with our first round. Starting with JPP, all right? Pick number 15 out of South Florida. I was actually at the draft, Radio City Music Hall, and they're like, the New York Giants, number 15, they select Jason Pierre-Paul out of South Florida. I'm like, yeah, because the coverage wasn't what it quite was today. I didn't have as much time to catch up on all the players and all of that, so I wasn't aware of Jason Pierre-Paul. So they're like, Jason Pierre-Paul, I'm like, from South Florida. I'm like, who? I mean, what? But wound up turning out to be a phenomenal pick. Played 8 years with the Giants, right? He had 58.5 career sacks with the Giants. 2011, he had 16.5 sacks. 2014, he had 12.5 sacks. Of course, 2015, he had the firecracker injury on July 4th, 2015. It was a shame. But, last year he was with the Bucks, so he's still playing. As of last year, he was still playing, and he's on a different team. So you'll notice a little theme kind of going on here, okay? But Jason Pierre-Paul, first-round pick, 2010, good pick. Good, can't complain. Oh, great pick. 2011, Prince Amukamara, all right? Pick number 19 from Nebraska. He played 5 years with the Giants, 2011 to 2015. He had 7 interceptions. Then he played 3 years with Chicago, and he had 1 year with Jacksonville there as well, too. So, nothing super phenomenal. As I said, you kind of were hoping for maybe a little bit better production, but, he wasn't a super horrible player. It just, you were just kind of hoping that, he would get maybe a little better production out of him. But Prince Amukamara, he's not in the league anymore. Then you got 2012, it's a shame, David Wilson, pick number 32 out of Virginia Tech. He played 2 seasons and he had trouble with his spine. Two doctors told him to, highly recommended not to play anymore because he got a stinger in 2013 and he couldn't feel his fingers or his hand or something or whatever, and the doctor said, if he continue up, next time it could be even worse. So they recommended he not play, and so he stopped playing. He had 2012, I think he averaged like 5 yards a carry. He was very good. He was very, very good. And you can definitely see that he could be, a player of the future for the Giants. But he got hurt in 2012 and then 2013, and that was absolute shame. Once again, another one of our guys' career cut way short due to injuries. But then 2013. Okay, now we're going to continue with this theme kind of going on here. Justin Pugh, pick number 19 out of Syracuse. Played 5 seasons for the Giants, 2013 to 2017. Good, solid player. Nothing crazily awesome, but, good, solid player. Then the last 4 seasons, he's been with the Cardinals, of course. As I was saying, the Giants' first-round pick, still playing in the league, and he's on another team. 2014, we have Odell Beckham Jr. from LSU, pick number 12. The greatest mismatch, what a wide receiver, greatest hands the Giants have ever had. Obviously not the most yards and all that. Amani Toomer has that. But because, Odell didn't play long enough with the Giants. And, of course, sometimes when he was on our team, he was injured, so he didn't play a lot. He's had a lot of injuries, obviously, of course, throughout his career. Which, it's a shame because it's really, really going to hamper his, his yards and catch total and all that. But anyway. But, great pick. Phenomenal pick. The greatest wide receiver we've ever had. Maybe not statistically, but when he was healthy, there's no, I'll take him over anybody, even Victor Cruz or Monty Toomer or what. Absolutely. It was a little bit maybe of a head case, but great pick there. But once again, he's in the league and he's not on the Giants. Dave Gettleman signed him to a long contract, and somebody asked him, "Are you going to trade him?" He said, we didn't sign him to trade him. He just signed him a nice big contract, and shortly after that, he's off to Cleveland. 2015, Eric Flowers from the U, pick number 9. He can play. He's not pick number 9 now. If you got him maybe in the 3rd round or something like that, yeah. Did the Giants try long enough? Did the Giants try maybe a guard or this or that? Could the Giants have tried? It is what it is. He's not on our team anymore. But once again, he's still in the league and he's not on the Giants. Then we come to Eli Apple, 2016 first-round pick. Pick number 10 from Ohio State. If he was picked in the 3rd round, he'd be a good selection, right? Pick number 10, you got to be freaking kidding me. 2 misses in a row. The only good thing about this is we got Sterling Shepard in the 2nd round. All right. But once again, Eli Apple still playing in the league. First round pick for the Giants, and he's on another team. All right. Then, of course, you get 2017, pick number 23 from Mississippi. You got Evan Ingram. You know, he had some injury problems. He drops the ball. Mismatch. You know, I mean, phenomenal talent. You know, fast, this, that, and the other thing, and all and everything. But things just didn't seem to work out for him. But you know, it was a good pick. Unfortunately, that was the year that Ben McAdoo wanted the Giants to trade up and get Patrick Mahomes. They didn't wind up doing that. The Kansas City Chiefs traded up and got Patrick Mahomes. So we stayed and we were there. We got our next two picks were basically seemed like to help maybe prolong Eli's career, maybe help Eli, maybe get him to the promised land maybe one more time. So we got Evan Ingram, the tight end in 2017, who's still in the league, who is on another team. Then in 2018, our next pick number 2 overall from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. Maybe it was once again to help Eli. We got Quentin Nelson, but you know, I mean, you know, Saquon's phenomenal talent. The best, you know, talent, you know, skilled move-wise and all of that, jumping over people that, you know, the Giants have ever had. I mean, you know, he's probably never going to break Tiki's rushing yards or nothing like that or anything. But, you know, just a phenomenal talent, you know. I mean, as I said, should we pick somebody else? Yeah, I think so. But, I mean, there's no question that he's got phenomenal talent. So, 2018, Saquon pick number 2. Now, is this going to be his last year? Who knows? Are we going to want to try to dish out maybe $12 to $16 million or whatever to keep him? A long-term deal? And then guarantee a bunch of money to a guy that gets hurt all the time? We'll have to wait and see. And then we got 2019. We got the trifecta. Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence, and DeAndre Baker. We got the 3 Ds. Daniel, Dexter, DeAndre. Right? Of course, DeAndre Baker is still in the league, and he's not on the Giants anymore. But you got Dexter Lawrence and Daniel Jones. Now, today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days. Those guys got to see if they're going to get their 5th-year option picked up by the Giants. So the Giants got 5 days to pick them up. If they don't, that's a little bit of writing on the wall. Is kind of what they maybe think about him, but what they think about Dexter Lawrence and what they think about Daniel Jones. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. But in 5 days, we'll find out if they pick up either one of their options. I mean, if they keep Dexter, you know what they kind of think about Dexter. If they sign Daniel, to a 5th-year option, well, then you possibly know what they kind of think about Daniel. So, very, very interesting. But they got 5 days. That's going to happen. It'll happen after the draft. So we'll have to wait and see. You got the draft is the 30th is Saturday. So you got Sunday is the 1st, and they got till the 2nd. So very, very interesting. Then you got 2020 Andrew Thomas, pick number 4 from Georgia. Phenomenal pick. Great pick. I don't give a rat's rear end about any of those other tackles that came out in the draft. Oh, Mekhi Becton and Tristan Wirfs, and I don't give a rat's rear end about it. The guy's had problems with his ankles and his feet, okay? You know how hard it is to try to block and all of that when your ankles and you got problems with your feet? Good luck trying to pass protect or block. Good luck, all right? We got a good left tackle, and you just pencil that frickin' dude in for the next 10 years, right? Good pick. I'm so happy we got Andrew Thomas. Actually, class act dude, and I'm so happy we got him, right? And I don't have to frickin' hear, hopefully, for the next 10 years, Giants need a left tackle. No, we don't need that. We ain't gonna hear that no more. Good pick, Andrew Thomas, all right? And then, of course, 2021, Cadarius Toney, number 20 from Florida. Guys, there ain't no doubt the talent is there. I mean, you put on some of that tape. I mean, some of the guys they can't tackle him. I mean, it's unbelievable. They go in there and he steps this way, he goes that way. I mean, you see some of the highlights against the Cowboys when he caught 10 passes for 189 yards. I mean, he's running. They got a Cowboy guy running alongside with him. He takes one step and he's gone, and the Cowboy guy is like 3 or 4 yards away from him, and he's like, you can't cover him. You can't tackle him. I mean, you can tackle him. I mean, when you got like 3 or 4 guys around him or whatever. But I mean, it's like, the talent is there. I don't know if he's there. I don't know if this is there, his head. I don't know if this is there, his heart. we're going to find out. We're going to find out what the Giants think, and we're going to find out this season what Cadarius Toney thinks, because he's missed this time, too many injuries, doesn't show up for voluntary, the training and all of that. And so, this is going to be a very important year for Mr. KT, but I'll tell you what, I mean, there's no question the talent is there. So now today is Wednesday, so tomorrow night, we got picks number 5 and picks number 7, and let's hope the Giants hit on both of them, because, the amount of holes that the Giants got, they need to hit on both first rounders and then maybe a second rounder or a third. The more guys that they can hit on in this draft, the better. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants!